What's up, everybody? I'm Sly, the movie guy, and here's where I rank all 8 Spider-Man films with the release of Spider-Man Far From Home. I reviewed that movie recently on the channel, so you can check it out. I put the link down below in the description box. And in the comment section down below, let me know where you rank all your 8 Spider-Man films from your worst to best, because everybody's not going to have like the same ranking. We all have different opinions, which one's our favorite Spider-Man film, and your list is going to be different from mine also, so everybody's going to have different opinions, which their favorite Spider-Man film, from the Tobey Maguires, the Andrew Garfields, Tom Holland, and so on. And with all that being said, let's just get started. The Amazing SpiderMan 2. This is one of them. This is like one of the Spider-Man films I didn't really like much, and then watching it like multiple times, it just doesn't get better. One of the things is the build up to the Sinister Six, and then Peter Parker discovering his parents still and stuff like that. It just was too much in the movie, and it just kind of just didn't make the movie flow right. It just wasn't fluid and stuff. It just didn't stay cohesive. And like I said, the Sinister Six part could have been interesting, but the movie was just so inconsistent to stay flow with the storyline and stuff. It was kind of a little bit unwatchable just at times, and I didn't really care for it. And then Electro was kind of like Riddler from Batman Forever, and that was totally like you about to watch a Joe Schumacher film. You're like, what? This is kind of scary. And then the Rhino in the movie was just, I don't know what they did with Rhino here. Rhino's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, and I don't know what they did with him here. It just didn't give him enough screen time here and there. And then the Green Goblin with Harry Osborn, all that was kind of the storyline of the Green Goblin thing. If you know it, it just kind of was disappointing for me. And there was a lot of things in the main Spider-Man that just some parts doesn't make sense and stuff. But I will say the positive is Andrew Garfield, great Spider-Man, like the jokes and stuff. Him and Emma Stone has great chemistry here. And that's pretty much where the movie, and then there's some other parts where Spider-Man helps this little kid out with the glasses and stuff, fixes little thing he makes and stuff, that windmill thing, whatever. That was cute and all. There were some good parts in the movie, but overall everything in this movie was just didn't work for me. And I'm gonna say some people like this movie. If you like this movie, hey, fine with you. For me, it just didn't do it for me. But I'm happy for you if you're one of the people that did enjoy this film. But this is one of the Spider-Man films I didn't really like much. And I remember seeing it in the movie theater. I was like, I don't know that I enjoy it. And then multiple time watching it on DVD, just didn't do it for me. Like I said, the positive stuff was good, but overall, the other stuff, didn't do it. The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, I know a lot of people love this movie. I've seen, a lot of people, think this is the best Spider-Man film. Hey, if you think this is, for me, it's okay. It's an okay Spider-Man film. Some aspect stuff I enjoyed, but overall, it just, I've seen this already before. We are seeing the origin of Spider-Man 4 with the Uncle Ben dying and stuff. I've seen it. It was kind of rehash. It has some stuff in it that's totally different from the first Spider-Man movie, but still, it was just an origin story I've already seen before. And I like how he created the web shooters. I like that part of the aspect of it. I didn't really like the suit here in this movie, and that was one of the parts that really bothered me. It didn't feel like the Spider-Man suit and stuff. It just with the yellow eyepieces, where the sequel I forgot to mention, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 had a better suit than this, so that was perfect. And the Lizard, they could have did better. I could just say I like all Spider-Man villains, and the Lizard was kind of one of those interesting Spider-Man villains with as him as a victim, because Dr. Connor's storyline and stuff. But the way they did the Lizard's origin, it just didn't do it for me at all. It made him a weak villain, and if they just used proper the sortier of the Lizard, I'll probably been fine. And there were some deleted scenes out of this movie that kind of hurts it too, and that's kind of very disappointing. I mean, when you look, if you have the DVD of The Amazing Spider-Man, if you've seen some of the parts in it, it was just Why would they delete this out? Why would they take this out of the movie? There were some important pieces in here, and some characters disappear, and that was just slightly disappointing on those aspect parts. But I do like the casting here. I think in the casting of the Amazing Spider-Man was great. Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Martin Sheen, Sally Fields, Reese Fans, and Dennis Leary. I thought the casting was perfect in this film, and I think some of the acting was great here. It just, again, we just seen an origin story again that just didn't need to be there, and that was one of the things. But like I said, the film's okay, it's fine and all, but it just wasn't a Spider-Man film that was just like, there. And the trailers kind of was like, I was like, okay, trailer. Then I went to see the movie, and it was just fine. That's all I can say is the movie fine. But if you like it, hey, I respect you. For me, just was okay. Spider-Man 3. Now, I know a lot of people probably have this very, very low on their list. Whoa. Hey, personally for me, I think the film is not that bad. I don't think it's the worst comic film that some people make it out to be. Spider-Man 3, it suffers from studio interference, and I said that in my review and stuff. Sam Raimi had some things going on behind the scenes with Sony be interfering with his movie. Because Sam Raimi, personally, this is not the movie Sam Raimi wanted, and you can tell that the director probably wasn't satisfied with the film, because there's some characters he didn't want to film, for example, like Venom. And I told her Venom kind of was like the one of the characters I think kind of put too much in the story. It kind of suffers what the Amazing Spider-Man 2 did, put too much characters in it, because they have Gwen Stacy in there. It's kind of like another Dazzle in Distress, and that didn't really help the movie at all. And then the Sandman being the Uncle Ben's killer, which I've said that in the Spider-Man 3 review too. It just, all this stuff was just too much in Spider-Man 3, and it just kind of didn't make the story flow. It just kind of like was too much. You're trying to jungle up too many stories in one. And some Spider-Man movies are capable of doing that. Spider-Man 3 just kind of missed the mark on that. And then I know a lot of people's going to talk about the dancing numbers. I mean, it was entertaining in a comic movie. It was probably way out of place. I know some people enjoy it. And for myself, it's funny a little, but watching it as a comic film, yeah, it's kind of like the low point. And it was singing and the dancing stuff more in this film with the jazz club thing and all that. And there's some aspects of Spider-Man 3 that was actually good, which, where I say it is not overall a bad comic movie. The action scenes were good. I think that Bruce Campbell's third cameo, it says him and Sam Raimi collaborate each other with the Evil Dead. His third cameo appearance was fantastic. Stan Lee cameo, rest in peace. I liked it with him and Tom Gryer at Times Square. And I think one person can make a difference. That was good. And then where Peter Parker taking the black suit off, all that was good in Spider-Man 3. So this is not a terrible movie. It's, like I said, with the Amazing Spider-Man, it's okay. I say those films are okay. It could have been done a lot better and stuff. And that's pretty much it with Spider-Man 3. MCU, I don't know how they did it with Spider-Man Homecoming. I like the John Hughes style. John Watts, Tom Holland, they did a fantastic job. John Watts, the director of them, just did a fantastic job. They were just like totally a fresh Spider-Man film. It didn't do an origin story. It just went in with the high school story and stuff, and it was perfect. I thought there was, and the reason why I say it was fresh because we get to see Peter Parker in high school a lot more, because since the kind of like with the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire thing, kind of like didn't do well on the high school as much. This one completely did a full like where Spider-Man, Peter Parker / Spider-Man is in high school a whole lot, and it was so fresh. I loved it. It was just totally different, and it put a smile on my face. And the colors were so bright. It reminded me of like reading the Spider-Man comic. It was just so like bright colors and all that, and everything was fantastic. John Watts did a fantastic job with the actors and all that. I thought the writing was kind of unique and stuff here, and Tom Holland as Peter Parker / Spider-Man was fantastic. fantastic. I really enjoyed it. But the one thing that really makes me love this movie a lot is Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Michael Keaton is one of my favorite actors. Beetlejuice, 89 Batman, Mr. Mom. This actor's fantastic. And here, he couldn't do no wrong. He was so intimidating as the Vulture. He was so scary. He did so good in this role. That talk he had with Peter Parker in the car when he ended up finding out like who Spider-Man is and stuff. Oh, that was so good. Keaton was fantastic. I think everybody does a great job with Peter Parker's friend Ned was so funny. Zendaya did great. Flash character did fantastic. This whole movie did a fantastic job. And there's some aspects I thought they could have did a little bit better and all that, which I think the sequel did a lot better. But hey, I think this film is still fun to watch. This is a movie that's worth to watch. I think when Spider-Man got into the MCU, I was like, how are they going to do this? And when I watched this movie, I was very happy with some issues I have, but I still have fun with this movie, and I think you should check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Spider-Man Far From Home. I love this movie better than Spider-Man Homecoming. I think this is one of those films that the sequel was better than the original. Spider-Man Far From Home was so good. I said it in my review how great it was, but the things about it I liked is it did different things and it improved with the problems I have with Spider-Man Homecoming. There's some aspects I think Spider-Man Homecoming does better, but this one does a lot of great things here. It was just so fun. I thought the comedy was more funnier than Homecoming. I thought the action scenes were mind-blowing here. Whoa, especially in the third act. Man, there's a lot of things in here that was really good. I thought the way how they made Peter Parker grow up and stuff, who the people to trust and who not to trust and stuff. All that was really good. The directing, the writing had a lot of heart here. This movie was there's a lot of things. You need to check out my review and watch the movie. There's a lot of things that I'm going to say that I want you to get a chance to enjoy the movie. This is worth the watch. And Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio was one of the Marvel villains I could say was interesting. And they completely, I think he knocked it out of the park. He was really fantastic. Man, Mysterio is like, I said it in my review, Mysterio is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. I think they did a fantastic job with it. I was not disappointed. And there was one mid-credit scene that really shocked me. I can't believe it. I was just like, oh my God. It was just so good. And the performance of Tom Holland as Peter Parker / Spider-Man was so fantastic. Man, it was just one scene, and I don't know, where it's like he was breaking down, and it was so good. Tom Holland is just fantastic as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. I hope the MCU use Spider-Man a whole lot more than what we've seen him a whole lot. We've seen him in the other MCU film, but I hope the MCU use him a whole lot more because he's fantastic. Everything in this movie was fantastic from start to finish. The drama and the style, the tone, everything was so good. This is one of the best Spider-Man films. Please check this out in theaters. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm recommending it to. This is absolutely, you have fun with this film from start to finish. Spider-Man 2002. This is the one that it was the very first Spider-Man film that started all on the big screen. This is one of my favorite Spider-Man films, and probably one of my favorite superhero origin films on a big screen. They completely did a fantastic job with this movie. Sam Raimi and the writer David Koenig, excuse me if I pronounced the name wrong, Ryan Conte had to pronounce it. They did a fantastic job. Tobey Maguire, everybody. It was just so great. It reminded me of the Steve Ditko's, the Stanley comic, the Amazing Fantasy, like a Spider-Man origin story, just like came out of the comic pages and they put it on the big screen. It was so fantastic. The way he get bit by the spider was fantastic. Where he goes in and goes into wrestling to use his powers and stuff to get money and stuff and all that. And Uncle Ben with great power, great responsibility. Everything was so good in this film. This film had a lot of heart here too. This was absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite directors of The Evil Dead and Darkman, Sam Raimi, did a fantastic job. And you could tell Sam Raimi was a Spider-Man fan, and you could really tell that the way he just did this film added that little kind of that cheesy humor and stuff. But some of the comic book Spider-Mans were actually had type of cheesy stuff. And Sam Raimi knew how to balance that out with the drama stuff and the serious moments with it. And I think some comic films have a problem with that still to this day. And Sam Raimi, to me, like had time figuring out how to balance the fun and the seriousness in this movie. And this movie was so fun. The action in this movie was absolutely fantastic here. Some parts might be dated, but I think some aspects of this movie and the storyline stuff really holds up. You can actually relate to Peter Parker. And Tobey Maguire, to me, does a fantastic job as Peter Parker. He was very nerdy. Reminded me of like I said, Steve Ditko's Spider-Man, the Peter Parker. It just, you could buy into him as a nerd and stuff. Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. Woo! He was so fantastic. If they ever put Green Goblin in a Spider-Man movie, I can't think of anybody else playing this role. I say bring Willem Dafoe back. I know he's getting old, but man, he was so fantastic as the Green Goblin. Everything in this movie was so fantastic. J.K. Simmons as Jameson. Oh, this is one of my favorite casts of all time, man. I know people talk about Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but this is one of my favorites of all time. I love J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. Hey, Parker, give me some pictures of Spider-Man. Love it. Everything is so fantastic in the movie. This is a movie, if you haven't seen Spider-Man 2002, what are you doing? This is absolutely a great movie. A great origin story that just, like I said, came out straight like the page out of the comic book. Just fantastic. It's a delightful film. Still fun to watch. Please check it out. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I was pleasantly surprised. In 2008, when I saw the trailer of it, and I knew that it was a new Spider-Man, Miles Morales, I was just like, the trailer looks good. I was like, I hope they don't, if they're going to try to do a different Spider-Man, I hope they don't do too much Peter Parker, because we've seen a lot of Peter Parker do his own stuff in the Spider-Man movie before, so I want to see what Miles Morales brings to the table, and it was absolutely fantastic. The storyline in this movie was so good. I related to Miles Morales a whole lot, and I actually care for this character. The first 10 minutes of that movie what made me care about this character so much. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is a fantastic movie. And Kingpin was a good villain here, and the animation style the color, it looked like a comic book on screen. The way the design, the style stuff looks, and it put a smile on my face from beginning to end. It was so good. The voice casting was great with Mahershala Ali and everybody else, and the Spider-Man characters. The Spider-Man characters were really entertaining. Spider-Ham, the Spider-Noir, Spider-Penny, the Spider-Gwen, all those were great. The chemistry with Miles Morales and the old Spider-Man Peter Parker was fantastic. Man, this movie, and you could tell that the directors and writers really put a lot of effort to make this really good. And I didn't think I was going to love it like that in 2008. When I watched the movie theater, I was so blown away from it. I was so blown. Woo! It was so good. I love this. This is a fantastic movie. This is a movie that is worth to watch. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, man, go see this. Go see this movie. Please, buy this on DVD. I got a DVD. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times. It's still good. I love this movie. I love it. I can see myself, if I was like 8 or 9 years old, this one would be like I'll be probably going banana. I'll be going crazy, pulling my parents' shirt saying, let me watch this movie again and again. I can see them making a video game of it. It was a good movie. Man, Please go check it out. 2004. My experience in the movie theater with this movie, still got memories. Spider-Man 2. I still think this is the best Spider-Man film. All of the recent Spider-Man films come out, still cannot top this film. To me, and this is my opinion, I know some people probably have different opinions about this film. Hey, I love this film. This one, to me, Sam Raimi and them, the writers, Sam Raimi did a fantastic job movie. He doesn't get credit for this at all, and I don't get it. This was a fantastic Spider-Man movie. Where Peter Parker's trying to get on working time, he gets fired from work, from his job to deliver pizza, to try to make it to class on time, trying to balance life out as a superhero, and try to be with the girl he loves, but she ends up trying to marry an astronaut and stuff. I did a review on Spider-Man 2. This movie was so much about Peter Parker, and you related to Peter Parker. This guy kept getting beat down on the ground, and you rooted for this. You rooted for Peter Parker, and Tobey Maguire gives an absolutely fantastic performance. Now, I don't think he gets credit for too in this film, and it don't make no sense. I thought he put a lot of heart here, and Sam Raimi put a lot of heart in directing this film. And if you look at behind the scenes, Sam Raimi and them actually had issues of trying to get this movie right and stuff. It was like they took like 2 days break, try to fix it and stuff and like that, try to do stuff and try to fix it. And in this movie, absolutely, it pays off all the different stuff they're trying to do in this film. And it was absolutely fantastic. The action scenes was great, especially on the train scene. Oh, the train scene is still one of the best action set pieces. It's still, if I was to say top 10 action scenes in a superhero movie, this might crack up in there. It's so fantastic. Everything about it was good. Alfred Molina as Doc Ock was fantastic. It was just a perfect Spider-Man movie. It really focused on like different characters. Harry Osborn has something against Spider-Man because he thinks Spider-Man killed his father and stuff. Him and Peter have this type thing where Peter told him get off the subject and stuff, and Harry wants to know, and Peter cares for Harry. It's a lot of things in this movie that was just so great. The hospital scene with Doc Ock with the arms reminded me of something from The Evil Dead with Sam Raimi's film. So fantastic. Oh, I love that scene. There's a whole lot to talk about Spider 2. Like I said, I did a review on it. It's so good. It's my number one film, and it's like I said, every Spider-Man film that keeps coming out new, it's just summary. It doesn't check the box of Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 check box on character development, the storyline, the action, and it's a fun film. It had drama and the fun, and I said that before. If you can make a Spider-Man film fun with the drama and seriousness, it works, and this movie works on that on so many levels. Everything about this movie was so good. I watched this movie recently, and I watched it around March and April. It's just good. It's a good Spider-Man film, and I'm just like, wow, how did they pull it off? And it was one of those films. I know people talk like Dark Knight, Winter Soldier, stuff like that, where they're better than the original. This was like one of those films. Like before these films came out, this was one of the films that was just completely better than the original. And I love the original Spider-Man, but something about it, this one I care for people. And when Spider-Man stopped in the train scene like this, pulling down like that, oh, it was just a powerful scene. It was just so valid. Everything about Spider-Man 2 is so great. And I'm just going to leave it at that. It's just a good movie, and that's why it's my number one film. So good. Like I said in the beginning of this video, let me know in the comment section down below where you rank all the 8 Spider-Man films from your worst to best. Let me know where you rank. Like I said, everybody's list is going to be different. I know your list is going to probably be totally different from mine. So let's celebrate as Spider-Man fans that we all enjoy the character Spider-Man, that he's one of our favorite superheroes, especially for me, one of my favorite superheroes of all time. So let me know in the comment section where you rank all your Spider-Man films. And that's pretty much it. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button. That's so I can see you next time on Slide the Movie Guy. Peace.